pop star Nikki Glazer, the Emmy-nominated comedian, kicked off the summer, scoring big laughs at that Tom Brady roast.
Tom also lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that? I mean, even Gronk was like, me know that not real money. Like...
She's so funny.
So funny.
She's so funny.
Well, now Glazer just landed her next big gig. She will host the Golden Globes. It'll be her first time stepping onto the International Awards Show stage, sharing her excitement in a statement. It's one of the few times that show business not only allows, but encourages itself to be lovingly mocked. At least I hope so. It's an exciting yet challenging gig because it's live, unpredictable, and in front of Hollywood's biggest stars, who also might be getting wasted while seated next to their recent exes. The Golden Globes are scheduled for January 5th.
I'm excited for it now. It's good.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anyone in that room who's safe.
Yeah. And she brings an edge to it.
Oh,
you know, I love it. All right, next up, the Hurricanes. That's the name of a new sports doc all about the Houston Hurricanes. It's a team in the first women's full tackle football league and how those women influenced decades of female athletes. We have an exclusive sneak peek at the trailer. Take a look.
The league was started by a talent agent. He thought that maybe the women would play in skirts. So the women showed up and they were like, will you place an ad for football? We want to play football.
Football coaches are writing letters to President Ford that say, Dear Mr. President, please don't destroy the sport that we know you love.
There was actually a sign on the door of my high school gym, no girls allowed. Why can't we go in there? We need to be strong too.
If this is the space that we're not supposed to play, when we do this, we can shift culture.
I actually didn't know anything about that.
No kidding.
Yeah, the Hurricanes hit select theaters in October. All right, speaking of sports documentaries, next up, The Starting Five. Yesterday, Netflix announced a new project following last year's NBA season through the eyes of its biggest players. So here's the lineup. Got Jimmy Butler, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, DeMontis Sabonis, and Jason Tatum. According to a press release, the series captured all 5 athletes in their battles on and off the court as they chased greatness, pushed through injuries, and balanced the demands of family and legacy. All 10 episodes start streaming October 9th.
And as he's known, the Minnesota Timberwolves player who's being featured there, quite possibly the funniest player.
Really?
Yeah, we're out in Vegas. We did a little thing with him, and I asked all the Olympians the same question: if you could play another sport, what would you play? He responded with swimming. I said, "Oh, do you swim?" He's like, "No, but I could beat everyone on this team in a race," and proceeds to go name by name through the roster and explain like why he would beat LeBron James. He's like, LeBron's too old. Blah, blah. Hilarious. Had the entire room in stitches.
That's awesome. That's quite the little nugget there.
Ant-Man.
Maybe he wants to go gloves.
Maybe he should. Oh, Nikki Glazer, right?
He'd win, right? All right, next up, Oasis. Al, this one's for you. Cue the music. This was my high school. Yeah. The band is back together and now flying up the charts. Since news of the Brothers Reunion tour broke earlier this week, the 90s hitmakers have been crushing it on streaming. Spotify reporting a 690% increase of their music in just one day.
Wow. You play it a few times, that's a big increase.
4 of their records have now jumped into the iTunes Top 40 Albums chart, while Wonderwall has reached the top 20 songs.
Right. You know Wonderwall. I have no idea.
Slowly walking down the hall.
Come on, Dean. Keep going.
I could. Nobody wants that. Mark your calendar.
You're right.
Tickets for their tour go on sale this Saturday. I think you should go.
Singing voice.
Yeah, sure.
You should all go.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm sure they're waiting too.
We are off the rails. Go ahead. All right. Next up, Steve Harvey. The Hollywood heavy hitters getting the biopic treatment.
Oh, wow.
Deadline reporting there's a movie in the works set to chronicle just 3 days.
No.
Mark your calendar.
You're right.
Tickets for their tour go on sale this Saturday. I think you should go.
Singing voice.
Yeah, sure.
You should all go.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm sure they're waiting too.
We are off the rails. Go ahead. All right. Next up, Steve Harvey. The Hollywood heavy hitters getting the biopic treatment.
Oh, wow.
Deadline reporting there's a movie in the works set to chronicle just 3 days in
No.
Harvey's life. It's leading up to
That's
a
not him.
career-defining...
Why are we showing? Why
Okay, type in bald black guy with a mustache.
No, it's coming. Here comes the payoff.
Okay.
The comedian describes it as one of the most difficult moments in his life, that time leading up to his performance at the Apollo. He says the movie will show that hope is never truly lost. So no word yet on casting. But here you go. We know someone who's been auditioning for years.
Okay, now, welcome to Celebrity Family Feud. This is one of about 4 different daytime shows that I host. Every one of them is playing right now on that little TV that you can watch while you're pumping your gas.
I mean, how can you not cast?
Funny.
All right, and finally, Glenn Powell, the actor, is feeling the Kenergy. Yesterday, he had the perfect response to this tweet, which reads, an unnamed Hollywood producer said Glenn Powell is the biggest up-and-coming movie star in the sense that audiences now go to movies to see him, continuing, unlike an actor like Ryan Gosling, whose appeal is mostly limited to female audiences, Glenn appeals to both females and males. I don't know if I agree with that, but so what did the Top Gun star have to say about that?
Oh, look at that.
Well, he tweeted, Gosling is a legend. I'm just glad. No shading Ryan Gosling on Glenn Powell's watch for sure. I think there's enough room. I don't know if I agree with that, but so what did the Top Gun star have to say about that?
Oh, look at that.
Well, he tweeted, Gosling is a legend. I'm just glad. No shading Ryan Gosling on Glenn Powell's watch for sure. I think there's enough room for 2 handsome
I would think so.
Hollywood men in
For both of
Hollywood.
us.
Yeah.
Well,
They're on that Calvin
On this
Klein
couch,
ad,
2
too.
handsome men.
You're right. What about 3? Yeah.
There you go. Oh, wait, all this couch. Hello?
Yeah, thank you.
Let's not go crazy here.
This is after we complimented her on her singing voice. After we were generous
You told her
about
she
your
was a
singing
boost.
voice.
She's a boost.
Yeah. No, that's it. We're not here for your charity. I want your charity compliment.
Still ahead, a little music besides Dylan.